Chapter 21 Yu Xiaogang was kicked out. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Xiao Zhan didn't embarrass Yu Xiaogang for Peifeng's sake. After preparing some shabby clothes for him, he let him go. If I know who did it, I will definitely tear his bones and cramp him. Yu Xiaogang said to himself with a twisted expression. Hey, this is not the famous celebrity Yu Xiaogang. Upon being recognized, Yu Xiaogang quickly put down his hood and ran away in despair. In front of the nodding college, Peifeng stood at the door with Tang San and Xiao Wu. This incident has had a great impact on the reputation of the college, and Yu Xiaogang must be let go, although Tang San had hatred in his heart, because Peifeng helped him obtain the second soul ring. He did not label the other party as a means of death. Yu Xiaogang, you are not welcome in the academy. Don't come to the academy again in the future. Seeing Yu Xiaogang appear, Peifeng said. Yu Xiaogang was dumbfounded. He didn't live in the college. With the 10 gold soul coins he received every month, where could he live? Dean, You went too far this time. Now the whole city's focus is on our nodding college. Hey, you can leave. It will be good for you and the college. Peifeng sighed. Yu Xiaogang has a high self-esteem, so if he is allowed to stay in the academy, hearing the students talking about him will probably make the entire academy restless. Teacher. Tang San shook his head. He had talked with the dean before, and the other party was obviously very disappointed. Tang San knew that no matter how much he said, it would be useless, and besides staying in the academy, Yu Xiaogang would inevitably be criticized. Tang San quickly walked out of the door and said, Teacher, I have installed everything in your dormitory for you. I will take you to find a place to live in the city. Xiao Wu, you go back first, and then come back after I have settled the teacher. Peifeng said, Tang San, you'd better come back before lights out, don't break the rules. It's the dean. Third brother, go and come back quickly. Xiao Wu didn't like Yu Xiaogang either, and she didn't want to get involved in this kind of thing. Soon after, Tang San and the two came to an inn. After meeting Yu Xiaogang, the boss here was afraid that the other party's reputation would affect his business, so he quickly kicked them out. What a bunch of ungrateful guys. Teacher, why are you holding me back? Tang San said angrily, for those who have a way to die, he must bring them to justice. As for this law, he made it himself. Yu Xiaogang dissuaded, Xiao San, your murderous intention is too strong. Don't kill people in the city, otherwise we will all be in trouble. Hearing this, Tang San gave up temporarily. However, when he leaves Nodding City, one by one of these guys, he will definitely liquidate them all. After changing to another hotel, Tang San came forward to get a room. Yu Xiaogang turned over and climbed into the room from the window sill. Teacher, you can live here for the time being. I will come to see you every night. Tang San said. Xiao San, you are serious. Yu Xiaogang sighed. After a pause, Tang San asked, Teacher, do you know who attacked you? Hearing this, Yu Xiaogang said angrily, there are too many people in the college who don't like me, especially Han Yu. He is most likely the one who did this. But Tang San shook his head. Teacher, you are wrong. Han Yu was studying theory in the office last night and didn't leave until very late. This wasn't that Tang San's attitude towards Han Yu had changed, but that he had been watching Han Yu's movements. Plan to poison him where his vigilance is weakest. However, this just gave him an alibi. What? Yu Xiaogang looked stunned and froze in place. I saw it when I went to the office last night. Tang San added, he knew that he was no match for Han Yu, so he had no plans to launch a sneak attack for the time being. Now, his teacher was insulted, and he must avenge his teacher. Then it's possible that those teachers, these guys, not only slandered my theory, but also said bad things about me everywhere. Tang San shook his head helplessly. There was no useful information at all in what Yu Xiaogang said, so he could only check it himself. Teacher, you should rest first. I have to rush back to the academy as soon as possible, otherwise Han Yu will probably cause trouble for me after you are gone. Xiao San, you are the most talented genius I have ever seen. Han Yu is just a clown. In the future, you will eventually step on him. Don't let him affect your own cultivation. Yu Xiaogang said sincerely. Don't worry, teacher. As he said this, Tang San didn't feel so in his heart. Those who have a way to die must be killed as soon as possible to avoid future troubles. In the next 2 months, Notting College became much calmer. Since Yu Xiaogang left the college, the reputation of the college has been preserved. These days, Tang San was investigating who was responsible for Yu Xiaogang, so he didn't have the energy to make plans for Hanyu. However, he didn't gain much. The only aristocratic student with motive to commit the crime, after Yu Xiaojiang's accident, he obtained the first soul ring, and under the arrangement of his family, he went to study at a nearby intermediate soul master academy. Even if Tang San wanted to take revenge, he couldn't pursue him because he didn't know where the other party was studying. Things gradually calmed down. On this day, Xiao Wu came to Tang San and said, "Third brother, tomorrow is the college's graduation exam. Do you need to prepare? The theory test is nothing. The teacher taught us the theory, so there is no problem at all. However, for the subsequent practical test, the college should arrange for us to compete." Xiao Wu, I have exceeded level 29, so you have to be careful. TCH, third brother, I have also broken through level 29. Let's see who is stronger then. The conversation was divided into 2 parts. In the office of the teaching office, Hanyu was extremely busy with matters related to the graduation examination questions. Tang San and Xiao Wu didn't attend a single class. I'm afraid they don't know about the new knowledge the academy has added based on my theories. Yes, this graduation exam will test some of Han Yu's theories. Since the scholars of Wuhuan Palace recognized his theory, the academy has also incorporated his theory into the curriculum. Tang San and the others had been absent from class for so long, so it was time for them to taste the bitter consequences. The only pity is that the system has not released any tasks recently. According to his idea, he would not resign until Notting College is on vacation in a month, after the exams tomorrow. The 6th graders will have a month's vacation, and then they will come to the college to attend the graduation ceremony, and they will officially graduate. This 1-month buffer period is naturally for those who failed the Science Academy to make up for the exam. If you still fail the exam, you will have to repeat the grade for 1 year. The Wanhua system issued a mission and the mission requirements prevented Tang San from graduating smoothly. Mission accomplished, create a strange fire. If the mission fails, the second martial spirit will be deducted. Oh, Tang San, there's nothing we can do about it. Hanyu smiled from the bottom of his heart. Director Han, many of these test questions are based on your theories. Is there no problem? Teacher Huang asked. The theories in the Soul Master world are always in a state of constant updating. Moreover, these days, my children have mastered a lot of theories, and there is no situation that exceeds the standards. Teacher Huang nodded seriously when he heard this. Chapter 22 Strange Exam Questions. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Graduation exams are coming as scheduled. For Tang San, with the theories taught by Yu Xiaogang, he was naturally full of confidence. This student, your examination room is not here. When Tang San and Xiao Wu entered the examination room, they were blocked by the teacher. What's going on? Isn't that what it says on the admission ticket? Tang San pointed to the certificate in his hand and said. The teacher shook his head. That's right, you are the last candidate in the examination room. Because there are not enough tables in other examination rooms, the tables in this examination room have been moved away. Unfortunately, the examination room has been rearranged, and yours happens to be missing. Location. But don't worry, we have temporarily arranged an examination room for you. Third brother, you go ahead. After the exam is over, we can go out and play. Tang San thought for a moment and didn't refuse. Following the teacher, he came to the examination room where he was the only one. Hanyu knew that this guy had the purple demon eyes, but he couldn't write. If he used the purple demon eyes to plagiarize other people's writing, most teachers wouldn't be able to detect it. Arrange an examination room for him alone, so he won't even have a chance to plagiarize. The exam bell rang, and the teacher in the examination room handed out test papers. The moment he got the test paper, Tang San froze on the spot. Teacher, is there an error in this question? The invigilator picked up the test paper and looked at it, thinking that there was a printing error. There are no questions in the test paper, and the exam questions are also discussed in class. After that, the teacher returned to his seat and stopped talking. There was no other way, so Tang San had to bite the bullet and answer. Xiao Wu on the other side felt a little strange when she saw the test questions. But in the 100,000 years of life as a soul beast, she also learned a lot of knowledge. Although many of the contents on the test paper seemed strange, she knew how to answer them. Xiao Wu answered the questions very quickly, and it didn't take long before she came to the last question. This is an additional question, and points will be awarded for correct answers. No points will be deducted for incorrect answers or no answers. The title stated that the person who wrote the question was Han Yu. Whether a 100,000-year-old soul beast must explode a 100,000-year-old soul bone. The soul ring or soul bone of a 100,000-year-old soul beast can provide the soul master with several soul skills. Did he discover my identity? After thinking about it, Xiao Wu quickly rejected the guess. Han Yu was not a soul master above Contra, so it was impossible to tell her identity. As for this question, Xiao Wu also answered it randomly. After handing in the test paper, she quickly ran out of the examination room, but she didn't see Tang San. It's strange that third brother would waste so long on such a simple question. Tang San in the examination room had already doubted his life. His teacher never taught him these questions at all. The only thing that I know is that Han Yu reminded me that Lan Yincao's first soul ring should be given an elemental attribute soul ring. The bell rang as the exam ended. Tang San reluctantly submitted the test paper. Third brother, why did it take you so long? Xiao Wu asked quickly. Tang San shook his head and sighed. These questions are too difficult, I have never heard of many of them. Really? Xiao Wu also felt that the question was a bit weird. Hey, how did you do in the exam? At this time, the students passing by them were saying hello to others. One of the fat teenagers said, I asked the seniors from the previous class and they said the questions were difficult. But I didn't expect that our class would be so easy. You also think it's easy? Yes, the exam questions were all taught in class. I heard that this theory was proposed by Director Han, and has been affirmed by many scholars within the Wuhuan Hall in Notting City. You are ill-informed. Director Han's research results, I heard from my family, have been sent to Wuhuan City a long time ago. Moreover, Wuhuan Palace Junior Soul Master Academy has also included them in the teaching materials. Oh my God, Director Han may not be going to work at Wuhandian Academy after we graduate this year. Possible. Listening to the discussion of other students, Tang San frowned immediately. Xiao Wu, the actual test, is it today or tomorrow? Tomorrow. After today's exam, you can rest. Xiao Wu said. Xiao Wu, do you want to come with me to the teacher? There are some things I want to ask the teacher. Tang San had never heard of the blue-silver grass's additional attribute soul rings, or the healing soul rings. He wanted to ask Yu Xiaogang if these theories were feasible for him. Third brother, let me go with you. I just want to buy some carrots. The words were divided into two parts. In the teaching office on the other side, Yi Lingling took a document and handed it to Han Yu. Teacher Han, this is what Master Alto of Wuhuan Palace asked me to give it to you. He said that he would let you take a position at Wuhandian Academy. Moreover, I heard that this document was drawn up by His Majesty the Pope himself. Oh. Really? Han Yu slowly sat down, took the document and started reading it. This is an appointment document. The general content is that Han Yu is asked to go to Wuhuan City and join Wuhandian Academy. And when his soul power reaches level 50, he will be transferred to the Wuhuan Palace Advanced Soul Master Academy to be a teacher. Looking at the words on the document, Han Yu couldn't help but frown. Bibi Dong, who was blinded by the Rakshasa god's thoughts and revenge, was not a good choice. God knows what crazy things this crazy woman will do. However, my strength has not been updated in Wuhuan Palace for a long time. According to the Soul Master's handbook, his strength rating is still Soul Master. In the past few months, he had received monthly payments several times. My soul power has now reached level 60. When the system's tasks are completed, it is indeed time to obtain the soul ring. His current cultivation speed can be said to be 1,000 miles a day. If you continue to suppress your strength, it may have an impact on your own foundation, and Yi Lingling, with the help of fallen heart Yan Zihua, broke through level 34. Do you want to go to Wuhundian Academy? To deal with Tang San and the Haotian sect behind him, Wuhundian is indeed a good choice. Teacher Han, I will follow you. If you want to go to Wuhundian Academy, I will go. Under the guidance of Han Yu, Yi Lingling's strength improved rapidly, and she would not be stupid enough to leave just like that. Then I'm afraid I won't join the Wuhuan Palace in a short time. Well, in about a month, we will go to Soto City together. Then you can stay there and wait for me. Soto City is not only close to the Star Do Forest, but there is also the largest rebel den in the Douluo continent, Shrek. After all, I have to go and meet Dai Yanhu and the others for a while. Soto City. The Shrek Academy that Yu Xiaogang mentioned seems to be there. Teacher Han, do you want to be a teacher there? Han Yu. Being Shrek's dog was worse than killing him, however, Zhu Zhuqin would also arrive in Soto City, so it seemed good to turn her over. Shrek Academy is just a liar academy. I have other things to do when I go there. Chapter 23 Mistress, you have to believe me. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In the hotel where Yu Xiaogang stayed. Junior, how was the graduation exam? The contents of the questions should all be what I taught you. Yu Xiaogang turned his back and put his hands behind his back, looking like a master from this world. Tang San shook his head. I'm sorry, teacher, the questions in today's exam are all new to me. I should have failed. What? Yu Xiaogang was startled, and quickly turned around and asked, Xiaosan, what question was asked in the exam? You are my disciple, Yu Xiaogang, how could you not be able to do it? Tang San lowered his head and said, one question is whether it is the best choice for a blue silver grass spirit master to choose a healing spirit ring. What? Yu Xiaogang said with a strange expression, the blue silver grass martial spirit is extremely weak, so it chooses a healing spirit ring. Isn't this nonsense? Master, this question was asked by Han Yu. Xiao Wu said at this time, also, I think although these questions are a bit weird, blue silver grass is indeed very suitable for adding a healing soul ring. Xiao Wu, it seems that these days, I didn't teach you theoretical study, and you started talking nonsense. Yu Xiaogang said angrily, blue silver grass martial spirit, even if the King of Heaven comes, I can only take control. System. Moreover, the blue silver grass martial spirit itself is extremely fragile, and it is simply not enough to control people without a tough spirit ring. Hearing this, Xiao Wu closed her mouth angrily. Over the past 6 years, she has long been aware of Yu Xiaogang's virtue. Anyway, as long as what he says is right, what others say is wrong. Teacher, one of the seniors in the academy has a healing spirit master from blue silver grass. I even met him when I came out of the academy today. Tang San said doubtfully. Yu Xiaogang's heart sank. He didn't expect that Tang San would be brainwashed by Han Yu like this. Xiao San, blue silver grass is a healing type, it's just individual differences. Most blue silver grass will not be incapable of cultivation throughout their lives. But teacher, among today's questions, there is another question that asks the blue silver grass martial spirit or some non-attributed martial spirits to take the elemental route. That's just nonsense. Yu Xiaogang said sternly, Xiao San, I have told you this problem before. The blue silver grass martial spirit cannot follow the path of an elemental soul master. Just imagine, blue silver grass itself is afraid of fire, and it has additional after receiving the fire attribute soul ring. I am afraid that the moment the blue silver grass is born, it will be burned to ashes due to its own high temperature. After a pause, he continued, in other words, iron sword spirits. They have no attributes of their own. If they add fire attributes, the soul master's own body cannot integrate these elemental energies at all. The final result is that the soul master will be burned by the flames. Palm. The examples cited by Yu Xiaogang are all extreme examples. Tang San thought that his teacher was right, so he ignored the probability of what happened. Master, How many soul skills can 100,000-year soul ring provide? Xiao Wu frowned and asked. Yes, teacher, this is also an additional question. The person who asked the question is none other than Han Yu. Yu Xiaogang sneered and said, "Haha, I finally understand. Han Yu has made it clear that he is misleading people. If not in college has such scum, it will be over sooner or later. Xiao San, apart from these questions, please calculate how many points you can get." Yu Xiaogang quickly changed the topic. These questions have touched upon his knowledge blind spots. In addition, he has a high self-esteem and is completely disdainful of other people's theories. He didn't know how to answer these questions. Regarding the matter of the 100,000-year soul ring, there are very few records in the Wuhuan Palace, and it is even less possible for him, a great soul master, to know about it. After thinking about it for a while, Tang San said, "Teacher, these weird questions are not all the questions. My score should be above 60 points. Yu Xiaogang nodded, as long as you can graduate successfully. Mistress, you have to believe my theory. Han Yu's followers are just crooked ways and are not advisable. Teacher, I understand. Xiao Wu said, "Third brother, let's go buy carrots and prepare for tomorrow's actual combat test." Okay, teacher, let's leave first. After leaving the hotel, Xiao Wu said, "Third brother, don't you think it would be a good choice to add a fire attribute soul ring to your blue silver grass martial spirit? In this way, you can not only have a certain damage ability, but also there is a certain amount of fire immunity." How could Tang San, who had been completely brainwashed by Yu Xiaogang, listen to it? He said, "Xiao Wu, the teacher said that my martial spirit has toughness and poison attributes, which is most suitable. It paralyzes the opponent through toxins, plus blue. The toughness of the silver grass makes it impossible for the opponent to break free. Besides, the teacher has already decided on the third soul ring for me. I can't disobey the teacher. Okay, third brother, you are not allowed to use concealed weapons in tomorrow's actual combat test." Xiao Wu said playfully. "Xiao Wu, you are my sister, how could I use a hidden weapon against you?" Tang San said with a smile. In fact, Xiao Wu had already figured out that Tang San's third soul ring was most likely a restraining soul skill. The soul skills of the first three soul rings have basically overlapped. This is the result of Yu Xiaogang's theory, starting from the fifth spirit ring, which one of Tang San's blue and silver grass martial spirits is not offensive. Even the sixth soul ring provided by Xiao Wu was much better than all the entangling soul skills. If Tang San hadn't had his own unique opportunity to absorb the octagonal black ice grass and fiery apricot jiaoshu, as well as the ice and fire body refining, his blue silver grass would have been tortured into a dog during the Soul Master competition. So, what did Yu Xiaogang teach Tang San? In terms of theory alone, Tang San went from junior college to advanced Soul Master college. What couldn't he learn? Moreover, Yu Xiaogang not only could not provide protection when Tang San was in danger, but actually needed Tang San to save him several times. Only this kind of person, only a fool like Tang San was willing to become his disciple. In the blink of an eye, it was already the next day. Under normal circumstances, the Junior Soul Master Academy only teaches theory. As for the actual combat tests among Soul Masters, they need to go to the Intermediate Soul Master Academy to start. The purpose of today's actual combat test is to examine the student's combat awareness. And the results of the assessment will also provide a certain reference basis when students enter the Intermediate Soul Master Academy. Of course, this is only for students who have the ability to enter the Intermediate Soul Master Academy. There are many people who have not broken through the 10th level soul power after studying at not in college for 6 years. There were only a few dozen people present today. Han Yu is today's examiner. In order to prevent students from getting injured, the academy hired healing soul masters from outside at high prices in previous years. However, with Yi Lingling this year, the college naturally does not need to find additional people. The college did not pay less than the fees that should be paid to Yi Lingling. Tang San, I don't know how grateful you will be after seeing the blue silver grass spirit. Han Yu looked at Tang San and smiled in his heart. Without the blue silver emperor's bloodline, will blue silver grass still be as strong as before? Chapter 24 Weakness. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The next group, Tang San vs Xiao Wu. When the teacher called their names, the two quickly entered the ring. When you are ready, start by yourself. After that, the teacher walked aside. Tang San and Xiao Wu were the only two soul masters in the academy who were innately full of soul power. However, these two did not want to make progress. Instead, they skipped classes, bullied their classmates, and contradicted their teachers. As long as they behave normally, the college will definitely engrave their names in school history. Third brother, I'm going to start. Xiao Wu smiled slyly. Come on. Tang San took a stance, and the blue-silver grass martial spirit instantly appeared in his palm. Third brother, be careful. After saying that, Xiao Wu stood up and jumped up, slamming her right leg towards Tang San. Xiao Wu, the one who should be careful is you. Tang San smiled, and his first spirit ring instantly lit up. The first soul skill, entanglement. Blue-silver grass broke out of the ground and quickly wrapped around Xiao Wu's body. Originally, if Xiao Wu wanted to break free from the shackles of the blue-silver grass, she would have to go through a lot of trouble, but for some reason today, Xiao Wu actually exerted a little force, and the blue-silver grass was like a broken bowstring, instantly broken into several pieces. Tang San was shocked. How is that possible? How could Xiao Wu be so strong? Seeing Xiao Wu getting closer and closer to him, Tang San quickly backed away. The second soul ring under his feet also lit up. The second soul skill is parasitism. Although the original blue-silver grass was broken, the spores remained on Xiao Wu's body. With the activation of the soul ring, these spores grew rapidly, and in the blink of an eye Xiao Wu's entire body was wrapped in them. After doing all this, Tang San couldn't help wiping the sweat on his forehead. Maybe it was because he hadn't experienced actual combat for a while, but he actually felt that the pressure on him increased a lot when facing Xiao Wu. Originally, if she was restrained like this, Xiao Wu might have given up, but today, he felt that Tang San was deliberately letting things slip, and the toughness of blue-silver grass was far less than before. The first soul skill, waist bow. As the soul ring lit up, Xiao Wu's own strength improved a lot. Tang San's restraints were broken in an instant. Xiao Wu, how is this possible? Before he could recover, Xiao Wu had already arrived at his side. Third brother, look at me. The second soul skill is charm. Tang San, who was defenseless, was hit by Xiao Wu's charm skill and naturally lost his ability to resist. Xiao Wu wins. The referee announced immediately. Yi Lingling, who was standing next to Han Yu, couldn't help but smile when he saw this scene. Lan Yincao's choice of the control system is indeed a bit reluctant. It would be better to take the healing system, or the elemental system. At least the method is no longer so single. Han Yu smiled slightly and said, it seems that you agree with my theory. That Yi Lingling nodded. There are the fewest healing soul masters on the mainland, and there are quite a few soul masters with the blue-silver grass martial spirit. If there can be more healing soul masters, then when a plague breaks out, civilians will not suffer heavy casualties. Han Yu smiled and nodded. This is exactly the original intention of proposing this theory. However, Tang San's current blue-silver grass martial spirit was considered useless. To be precise, the soul ring he currently attached to is useless. If he started from the third soul ring and modified the healing system, it would definitely be more useful than it is now, but it is estimated that Yu Xiaogang will not agree to this matter. Not long after the game ended, Tang San woke up. Third brother, why do you want to release the water? Xiao Wu, when did you get so strong? The two asked each other at the same time. What? Third brother, tell me first, what happened? Your blue-silver grass martial spirit became so brittle. Tang San said confused. I didn't release the water, I just released the soul skill normally. Xiao Wu, isn't it that your strength has become stronger? Xiao Wu was also a little unsure, so she lifted the stone in front of Qisha and tried it. Third brother, my strength has not changed. I still have difficulty lifting this stone. Then, there was something wrong with Tang San's martial spirit. Tang San didn't say much, and quickly wrapped the stone with blue-silver grass. With a slight pull, the blue-silver grass instantly broke into several pieces. How is this possible? Half a year ago I could pull up the stone. Xiao Wu said confusedly, Xiao San, is there something wrong with your martial spirit? Why don't you ask the master, he might know. Tang San had no better idea, and soon after, they arrived at Yu Xiaogang's residence. Xiao San, what's wrong with you? Yu Xiaogang's heart tightened, fearing that Tang San would ask questions that he didn't know how to answer. Teacher, my blue-silver grass martial spirit. With that said, Tang San wrapped the blue-silver grass spirit around Xiao Wu. As expected, Xiao Wu once again broke the blue-silver grass. How is this possible, Mistress? Are you in a bad state, that when the soul power is dissatisfied or the body is ill, the power of the martial soul will indeed drop a lot? Tang San denied, Teacher, my body is normal. Suddenly, something came to his mind. He recalled that it was not his practice that went wrong, but that he was injured by Han Yu. If Han Yu acted secretly, then all this would make sense. Teacher, can others change my martial spirit? That Yu Xiaogang shook his head, there is no such possibility. The martial spirit is innate and it is impossible for others to change your martial spirit. Tang San was stunned, then he didn't know why his martial spirit had changed. Ever since he fought with Han Yu, he has never fought with anyone using martial arts. Could it be that time? Teacher, if it is flame, can it change my martial spirit? Tang San asked again, recalling the flames released by Han Yu. Even now, Tang San's heart palpitated. Yu Xiaogang shook his head again. Plant-type martial souls are afraid of fire, but the strength of the flames will not cause the martial soul to spontaneously become weaker. And your martial soul does not show any signs of mutation, so the reason is very likely it's from yourself. Last time, you made a mistake in your cultivation. Is it possible that you still have hidden wounds in your body? The Xiantian technique in Tang San's body was running smoothly, so how could it be that there was something wrong with his own tendons? Yu Xiaogang touched his chin. He racked his brains and couldn't think of the same example. Any soul master has almost finalized his form after awakening his martial soul. Unless there is a positive change and a benign mutation occurs, malignant mutation is unheard of. Even if it is Yu Xiaogang's martial spirit, it is only a mutation that occurred when the martial spirit was awakened. Xiao San, I have to study this matter. After all, your situation should be the first one on the mainland. However, I do think that maybe after you obtain the third soul ring, all these problems will be solved. After the assessment results come out, Xiao San, you and Xiao Wu apply for early graduation. Go to Shrek Academy as soon as possible. The teachers there will help you obtain the third soul ring. Teacher, I understand. Tang San nodded. For him, Wuhuan is at most just an auxiliary means. His own combat power still relies on Tang clan's martial arts and hidden weapons. Third brother, don't worry too much. Master will find a solution. Xiao Wu comforted. Chapter 25 The Only Person Who Failed. You are listening at novelfull.audio. On the third day after the practical test, the results of the theoretical assessment came out. Tang San was confident that he would definitely pass, so he walked over slowly. In his heart, he was still thinking about what happened to his martial spirit. I'll just say the test paper is easy this time. Yes, this should be the easiest graduation exam in these years. It seems that only 2 failed, and one of them missed the exam because he transferred to another school. Don't worry about it, brothers, let's go celebrate. We'll see you at the Intermediate Soul Master Academy in the future. He looked at the classmates passing by with smiles on their faces. Tang San also breathed a sigh of relief. With Yu Xiaogang's teachings, how could he be the only student who failed? As for Xiao Wu, she even joked, third brother, guess what score I can get in the exam? Tang San thought for a while, then smiled and said, Xiao Wu, you can probably get 80% in the test. Hey, third brother, come and see the results. Walking to the public notice board, Tang San and the two began to search carefully, because he knew that his results were not very good. Tang San started looking from the middle part. The two searched for a long time, and finally found Xiao Wu's name on the spot before the exam. Xiao Wu, you got 89 plus 10 on the test and 99 on the QQ test. So you got the extra questions right? Tang San was surprised. Road, Xiaowu herself is 100,000-year soul beast, wouldn't she know how many soul skills 100,000-year soul ring can provide? She just didn't expect that the argument she wrote blindly could actually get full marks. Third brother, I am tied for second place. What about you, haven't you found it yet? Tang San shook his head, no, I've looked all over and haven't found my name. Senior, there are some names behind the public notice board. A passing junior reminded enthusiastically. Tang San and the other two hurriedly walked over to check. On this side, there were only 9 names in total, and Tang San saw his results at a glance, 59 points. 1 point shy of passing. It just so happened that Xiaowu was second to last and he was second to last. Third brother, how is this possible? Xiaowu felt a little strange. Han, you must be targeting me. I want to review the test paper. As a disciple of the theory master Yu Xiaogang, he would fail in the theoretical examination. Who would believe it? Third brother, don't worry, there might be a mistake when tallying the scores. Xiaowu comforted her. She was able to score 98 points, which proves that there is no problem in revising the test paper. The only possibility is that the test papers were mixed up. In the office, Tang San ran in angrily. Teacher Mo, I want to review the test paper. The other teachers looked at Tang San with disdain. In their opinion, if he could not pass such a simple test paper, he was worthy of being a disciple of Yu Xiaogang. Mo Hen seemed to be prepared. He slowly took out Tang San's and Tang San's test papers from the drawer. Except for the last question, which was graded by Director Han himself, the other questions were reviewed by the teachers here. Tang San, if you have any questions, you can ask them now. Looking at the 2 test papers, Tang San was surprised to find that Xiaowu had answered many theories that he had never heard of before. As for the reason why Xiaowu's points were deducted, it was because she wrote the answers to 2 questions in the wrong position, and here I am, point 35, 40. Through Yu Xiaogang's words, Tang San knew that these theories were all crooked. However, for one question, he clearly followed what Yu Xiaogang said, so why was he still deducted a point? Tang San, it's a pity that you revealed your real name in the question. Originally, all the points for this question would be deducted, but Director Han opened his mouth and let us deduct only 1 point from you. What Tang San wrote on the test paper was, my teacher Mr. Yu Xiaogang said it. Originally, he wanted to clear Yu Xiaogangs name. But I never thought that I would shoot myself in the foot. It was precisely because of this that he could not graduate. Teacher Mo, when can I take the makeup exam? Since Han Yu already had a way to kill him, Tang San didn't bother to talk nonsense. Oh, you are the only one who needs to take the makeup test this time. Just wait. The test paper will not be available until 2 days later. We have to wait until the teachers are free. Teachers also have things to do. We can't waste this precious vacation just for you. After saying that, many teachers walked out of the office. Who is this guy? He doesn't listen in class, and when he comes to review the test papers, he still has the attitude of asking for punishment. After leaving the office, a teacher complained. The master's disciple also thinks he is a master. Doesn't he know that the term master is a derogatory term? No matter what, you have the same virtue as Yu Xiaogang. After hearing these words, if Mo Hen hadn't been here to take good care of him, Tang San would definitely take action to teach these short-sighted teachers a lesson. Tang San should go back and review first. We still have to see what Director Han wants on this matter. Thank you, Teacher Mo Xiaowu, let's go. On the way, Xiaowu comforted her, third brother, the test questions this time are too weird. You will definitely be fine if you take the makeup test. Xiao San, how could you do this? Looking at Tang San's test paper in his hand, Yu Xiaogang was a little stunned. Normally, Tang San was familiar with all the theories he taught, so why wasn't he as good as what those teachers taught in class? Yu Xiaogang naturally didn't believe it, but after seeing the questions on the test paper, he immediately became angry. This is misleading students. Junior, if not in college only teaches these theories, it doesn't matter that you can't learn it, especially after Tang San wrote his name on it, he was deducted 1 point for no reason. Yu Xiaogang had reason to suspect that the teachers in the college were targeting their master and apprentice. However, they seemed to have ignored a line on the first page of the test paper that read, "No real names are allowed." "Teacher, if Han Yu continues to embarrass us in the makeup exam, what should we do?" Tang San couldn't help but ask. With only him taking the makeup exam, Han Yu could naturally increase the difficulty of the test papers unscrupulously. Once he failed the makeup exam, he would have to repeat the grade for a year. "I'm going to talk to the dean. Even if I have to fight with this old face, I will let you graduate smoothly." "Teacher, let me go with you." After thinking about it, Yu Xiaogang agreed. Although he was kicked out of the college, he was an old friend of Pei Feng, and he was confident that his friend would not part ways with him on this matter. "Xiaosan, you should be more sincere. With this gap, based on the relationship between me and the dean, he will most likely not embarrass you. After getting the diploma, a narrow-minded person like Han Yu will definitely not be able to find another one. You're in trouble. Teacher, I want to go to Soto City immediately after getting my diploma." Tang San had long wanted to teach those who had a way to die. Especially Han Yu, who had opposed him several times, was simply unforgivable. "That's fine. Breaking through level 30 and obtaining the soul ring as soon as possible is the most important thing for you." Chapter 26. Tang San was expelled. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yu Xiaogang was originally prohibited from entering the academy, but recently many parents came to the academy to take away students' belongings. Yu Xiaogang, who had dressed up a little, was naturally not noticed by the concierge. In the dean's office, seeing Yu Xiaogang's arrival, Pei Feng's face turned a little ugly. "Tang San, what's going on?" That Yu Xiaogang unconsciously clasped his hands behind his back and said, "Dean, I came here myself." This time, Xiaosan was deducted 1 point for answering the correct questions because of the weird test questions given by Han Yu, resulting in the mistress failing the exam. As the dean, Pei Feng naturally knew about this. He sneered, "Yu Xiaogang, if Tang San could listen carefully to every class, his score would never be lower than 90 points. It's a pity that he was absent from class too much. The consequences of today's suffering are entirely self-inflicted." Yu Xiaogang said solemnly, "Dean, we have been friends for so many years, can't this point be forgotten?" Pei Feng didn't buy it. "Yu Xiaogang, if you really cared about our relationship, you wouldn't have violated the academy's rules again and again in the past few years, let alone supported Tang San's truancy. For making up points, you go to Director Han. I'll pretend I've never met you." Hearing this, Yu Xiaogang froze on the spot. Pei Feng knew that he was a disciple of the Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus family, but he didn't give him face. Just pretend that I, Yu Xiaogang, don't have this friend." After saying that, Yu Xiaogang turned around angrily. Tang San didn't even say hello, and just followed Yu Xiaogang away. When Pei Feng saw this, he sighed helplessly. After all, Yu Xiaogang is just an abandoned son of the family, and his own strength is only level 29. For such a person, he doesn't understand why the other person always has a sense of superiority. Being weaker than others is actually a very honorable thing here in Yu Xiaogang. After leaving the principal's office, Yu Xiaogang did not leave in a hurry, but ran towards the teaching office angrily. In the teaching office, Yi Lingling had nothing to do and looked through Yu Xiaogangs 10 core competencies of Wuhuan. You won't know if you don't look at it, but you will be shocked when you look at it. Each of Yu Xiaogangs theories and all sources are written as his own. Many of these 10 theories have existed on the mainland for thousands or even tens of thousands of years. "Is this Yu Xiaogang so shameless?" Han Yu said with a faint smile. "So everyone sneers at his theories, but there is one of them that he came up with himself." Just as Yi Lingling was about to ask a question, he heard the office door being kicked open hard. The visitors were none other than Yu Xiaogang and Tang San. Yu Xiaogang cursed angrily, "Han Yu, although we are not on good terms with each other, you should not involve the mistress. The mistress can obviously pass the exam, so why do you deduct 1 extra point from him?" As he spoke, he patted Tang San's test papers on the table. Han Yu calmly turned the test paper to the first page and said, "The writing is clearly written in black and white. Tang San insists on writing your name. You can't blame me." Yu Xiaogang was stunned. After seeing the words clearly, he became more serious. Han Yu, there is no precedent for this in the past. I have reason to suspect that you are bending the law for personal gain. Don't say it so harshly, it's Tang San who didn't understand the rules of the exam clearly. Yi Lingling frowned and said, these two masters and apprentices made her extremely sick. Yu Xiaogang turned slightly and happened to see the book in her hand, so he smiled and said, Teacher Yi, I wonder if my theory will be helpful to you. Yi Lingling was about to speak, but was stopped by Han Yu. Yu Xiaogang's ugly face really needs to be exposed. However, there are only a few of them here, so even if they say it out, there will be no loss to Yu Xiaogang. It would be better to wait until the time is right and then give him a fatal blow. Yu Xiaogang, since this is a theory that you are proud of, your disciples must have studied it, right? Han Yu asked with a smile. Yu Xiaogang turned away and snorted, that's natural. Han Yu nodded, okay, I'll give Tang San some questions in your theory to test him. If he can answer them, I'll give you this extra point. In addition, I can also give you the diploma on the spot. How about it? No problem. It was Tang San who spoke. As his teacher's most proud disciple, he must clear his teacher's name. Han Yu smiled evilly and said, let's go to the first question first. Yu Xiaogang believes that there are no useless martial spirits in the world, only useless soul masters. Tang San, do you understand this theory, that among Yu Xiaogang's entire theoretical system, this one was proposed by himself, however, correctness, the moment he heard the question, a smile appeared on Yu Xiaogangs face. Tang San said with a proud face, my martial spirit is blue silver grass. Everyone on the mainland knows that blue silver grass is a useless martial spirit. And not only can I practice, my soul power has reached level 29. Han Yu nodded in disbelief, yes, this theory is indeed true when applied to you. But, Yu Xiaogang, are you a waste because of your martial spirit, or because you are a waste yourself? You are over 50 years old, he is still a level 29 great soul master. Han Yu, don't insult the teacher. Tang San immediately shouted angrily. I'm telling the truth. Since there is no useless martial spirit, it proves that Yu Xiaogang is a useless person. If I remember correctly, Yu Xiaogang complained more than once that it was because of his martial spirit that he could not practice. In this case, isn't this theory a wrong theory? This Tang San was speechless for a moment, looking at Yu Xiaogang unconsciously. At this time, Yu Xiaogangs face turned the color of pig liver. If he argued that there was nothing wrong with his martial spirit, then he would be admitting that he was a waste. Otherwise, there is something wrong with this theory. Since I can't answer the question, I'm sorry, but Tang San will not pass the makeup exam. Moreover, based on Tang San's many bad behaviors, the college has given him expulsion from the school. After saying that, Han Yu threw the notice he had prepared in advance to Tang San. Han Yu, Yu Xiaogang was so angry that his brain lacked oxygen. You can leave. There is no room for you in the academy. Han Yu stood up slowly, with great momentum to take action. Yu Xiaogang knew he was outmatched, so after saying a harsh word, he took Tang San and ran away in despair. Yi Lingling saw this, covered his face and chuckled. Among Yu Xiaogangs theories, the only one was proposed by himself, and it happened to work on him. Han Yu smiled lightly and nodded. Yu Xiaogang knew that he was a waste and would never be able to break through level 29 in his life. Since you are self-aware, why are you still acting like a clown? There is no age limit for Wuhuan Palace's monthly money. If you just take the money and live a leisurely life, isn't it better than jumping out and getting scolded and beaten? Han Yu stretched and said, this semester is over. I will leave Notting City after I resign to the Dean and the others. Chapter 27 Qinglian Earth Heart Fire. You are listening at novelfull.audio. That night, after Yu Xiaogang returned to the hotel, he smashed everything up. Han Yu is really a bully. Even though he has some strength, he actually wants to attack us. After his brainwashing, Tang San naturally believed that it was Han Yu who relied on his own strength to force his teacher not to defend himself. Teacher, without a diploma from Notting College, I'm afraid I won't be able to enroll in Shrek. Tang San lowered his head and said with some annoyance. Hearing this, Yu Xiaogang sneered. Xiaosan, you don't have to worry about the graduation certificate. Shrek Academy only recruits talented students, and they really only look at their strength regardless of their origins. A mere graduation certificate from a junior Soul Master Academy is of no use to you. There is no need to care at all. Teacher, I plan to leave for Soto City in the next 2 days. Staying in Notting City is a complete waste of time. Tang San said angrily. Yu Xiaogang thought for a while and said, Xiaosan, there are still more than 2 months until the start of Shrek Academy. The studies at Notting Academy are over, you can take Xiaowu and relax. Wait until I go to Shrek Academy afterwards, your cultivation will not be as easy as at Notting College. Teacher, you are going to Shrek Academy too? Tang San was surprised, but also a little excited in his heart. With the guidance of his teacher, he believed that he would soon surpass Hanyu. Yu Xiaogang smiled and nodded, yes, mistress. After all, Notting College is still too small for us. If I want to prove my theory, I must go to a better college. As for some things, we can wait until Shrek College starts. You will know later. Okay, you and Xiao Wu should set off first. There are many places worth visiting along the way, so go and have some fun. I will set off a little later, and I will be able to arrive in about 2 or 3 days after school starts. Tang San nodded excitedly. After walking out of the hotel, it was time for him to look for those who had already found a way to die. The mission is completed. Tang San is expelled from the academy by his host and can no longer graduate successfully. The reward is ready. Will the host accept it? Hanyu returned to the dormitory. After making sure that no one was around, especially Tang San, Hanyu accepted the reward a Qinglian earth core fire, and the host can integrate into the martial spirit on his own. At the same time, a lotus-shaped cyan flame instantly rose from the palm of Hanyu's left hand. The green lotus earth core fire was born in the depths of the earth. It has been tempered countless times by the earth fire. It takes 10 years to become a spirit, 100 years to take shape, and 1,000 years to become a lotus. When it is fully mature, its color is green, and a cluster of green fire is born in the heart of the lotus. Its name it is called Qinglian fire, also known as Qinglian earth core fire. The power of this fire is unpredictable. It can even cause volcanic eruptions near volcanic areas. The destructive force of nature. Looking at the bare flame in his palm, Hanyu felt a pang of regret. If there were earth fire lotus seeds and lotus platform, his cultivation speed would be much faster. However, once this fire is absorbed, his soul power will increase by several levels. He didn't plan to absorb the strange fire before absorbing the 6th soul ring. Taking out the trophy soul guide, Hanyu put the flame into it. Although the strange fire can burn out all the items in the soul guide, it is an empty soul guide after all. In addition, the soul guide is of a high level, so there is no need to worry about the strange fire burning the internal space. Before you leave, submit your resignation letter to the dean. I also need to pay a visit to Director Su. Tonight in Soto City is destined to be a sleepless night. Tang San was very ruthless, and those who offended him and Yu Xiaogang were poisoned by him. This poison will not kill people immediately, but will make people watch their bodies turn into pus bit by bit while they are conscious. Late at night, there was a heavy knock on Han Yu's door. Director Han is not in good condition. Many teachers in the college have been poisoned. These days, in order to suppress his strength, Han Yu did not practice. Hearing the noise from the outside world, he quickly stood up to check. Teacher Huang, what's going on? Director Han, for some reason, many teachers have unbearable abdominal pain, Teacher Huang said nervously. Where is Teacher Yi? Han Yu asked quickly when he realized that Yi Lingling was not in the dormitory. Teacher Yi has been asked by the dean to rescue people. You should go there quickly. If there is such a commotion in the college, it will cause chaos. Han Yu nodded slightly. On the way to the classroom, he made a brief analysis of the matter. It is impossible for multiple people to be poisoned by an accident, and the probability of being poisoned is very high. And in Notting City, Tang San seemed to be the only one who knew some toxicology knowledge. Han Yu did not rush to make a conclusion before seeing the poisoned person. In a classroom, Payphone placed all the poisoned teachers here to facilitate unified treatment. There is not only Yi Lingling, a healing soul master, but also Hu Fang, a blue-silver grass soul master who was guided by Han Yu and embarked on the path of healing. Seeing Han Yu appear, Hu Fang quickly said, "Hello, Director Han. How's the situation?" Han Yu asked. Hu Fang shook his head. "This is a mixed toxin. We don't know the composition of the toxin. We can only barely keep other teachers alive by relying on soul skills to treat it." Yi Lingling nodded with a pale face. For the treatment of toxins, only soul skills that specifically detoxify are effective. Yi Lingling has not absorbed similar soul rings, so there is nothing she can do. Han Yu frowned, looking at the teachers moaning in pain on the hospital bed. He was already sure that this was Tang San's doing. Even the teacher who was kind to him dared to take action, creating a real-life version of the farmer and the snake. "Dean, my flame may have a detoxification effect. I want to try it. Let my flame enter the body and see if it can burn the toxins in the teachers' bodies." This is the only way that Han Yu can think of at the moment. Needless to say, the power of strange fire. Now that the fire control ability of burning art is available, it is not difficult to remove toxins. Pei Feng didn't have any better ideas, so he thought about it and agreed. When fire enters the body, it is naturally very resistant to soul masters other than fire attributes. Naturally, Han Yu would not force them, and the first targets he chose were the teachers whose skin was ulcerated and who had passed out. "Lingling, please assist me and treat Teacher Zhang at all times." Yi Lingling understood and stood behind Han Yu in tacit understanding. Lifting Teacher Zhang's body up, a colorless flame appeared in Han Yu's palm. Xinyan quickly entered the body, and Han Yu discovered toxins in the blood. This toxin passes through the heart and circulates the blood throughout the body, poisoning the person. "Director Han, is there any result?" Pei Feng asked hurriedly. "Dean, leave it to me." The fallen heart flame attached to Teacher Zhang's heart, constantly purifying the blood in his body. A few minutes later, with a mouthful of turbid blood spitting out, Teacher Zhang successfully escaped from danger. "It works." Pei Feng was delighted and quickly grabbed Han Yu's hand and asked him to save other teachers. Han Yu did not refuse, but he started with the sickest one. It is worth mentioning that the concierge himself was an ordinary person. Even if Yi Lingling continued to treat him, he could not save his life. Chapter 28 Pursuit. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In the early morning, Han Yu walked out of the classroom. "Director Han, thank you very much this time. Do you want to take a rest?" Pei Feng said quickly. Controlling fire for a long time consumes not only soul power, but also mental power. Han Yu waved his hand and walked to his dormitory. He must quickly recover his soul power and then seek revenge on Tang San. Such a villain would dare to attack even his teacher who was kind to him, so he must be taught a profound lesson. Now there are two kinds of strange fire. I should be able to fight against Tang Hao. The One Was system released a new mission, giving Tang San a profound lesson for 1 month. If the mission is completed, a self-created soul skill training cheat book will be rewarded. If the mission fails, a strange fire from the host will be deducted. There is a mission. Han Yu's face lit up. He not only taught Tang San a lesson, but also received a reward, which was really good. System, why don't you kill Tang San? That because there will be Zhang San and Li San. When Han Yu heard this, he understood in his heart. The words are divided into two parts. After Tang San did all this, he didn't feel any guilt in his heart. Instead, he felt that it was a common thing. He approached Xiao Wu as if nothing was wrong. "Xiao Wu, the teacher asked us to leave for Shrek Academy now. There is still some time before school starts, and we can also have some fun on the way." Tang San, who had never traveled far, was naturally looking forward to the outside world. Although Xiao Wu didn't find it novel, she would naturally not refuse as long as there was something to play with. The two quickly packed up their things. With the presence of the soul guide, the two of them had their hands free. At this time, the city was already in chaos. Overnight, Notting College and many civilians in the city were poisoned. As the city lord, Xiao Zhan restricted the entry and exit of people early in the morning. "Uncle, what's going on?" Tang San walked to the city gate pretending to be confused and asked. The captain guarding the gate knew that Tang San and the two were students at Notting College, so he explained. there has been an unknown poisoning incident in the city. The lord of the city has given an order to restrict people from entering and exiting at will. After all, Notting City is a border trade city, and it is impossible to completely restrict entry and exit. Tang San knew this very well and said quickly, "Uncle, Xiao Wu and I are going to the Intermediate Soul Master Academy in Soto City to take the exam. If we are late, we are afraid we will lose our qualifications for admission." Xiao Wu also looked pitiful and said, "Uncle, this is very important to us." The guard captain thought for a while and finally decided to let him go. He did not believe that the poisoning could be related to the two children. Unfortunately, he didn't know that what Tang San was best at was playing with people's hearts. After leaving the city, Xiao Wu said with some confusion, "Third brother, there is nothing wrong with the water and food we brought, in case it was poisoned by someone." Tang San smiled and said, "Don't worry Xiao Wu, the teacher has also taught me a lot of pharmacological knowledge over the years. I can tell if it is poisonous." Near noon, Han Yu's recovery was completed. As soon as he walked out of the dormitory, he saw Xiao Zhan and Payphone waiting at the door for a long time. "Dean, City Lord, what are you doing?" Xiao Zhan was the first to say, "Director Han, do you know anything about this poison? Do you know who made this poison?" Hearing this, Han Yu smiled helplessly, "Sorry, I don't know what kind of poison this is." "If you can detoxify, you most likely know the poison." Unfortunately, Han Yu used violent detoxification methods. Xiao Zhan didn't ask any more questions. After explaining, he left here. "Hey, many people in Notting City were poisoned last night. Now the city is under martial law. If Director Han has time, he can also help find the murderer." Payphone sighed. Han Yu naturally knew who the murderer was, but he was not in a hurry to expose Tang San's identity. Just as the system said, if Tang San is killed now, there will still be Zhang San and Li San. Moreover, once Tang San dies, Tang Hao's unscrupulous revenge will destroy the entire city of Notting. I inquired about the whereabouts of Tang San and the two of them in the academy, and finally learned from Mo that the two had left the academy early in the morning. The first thing Han Yu thought of was that these two people ran out of the city. Sure enough, after arriving at the Dongqing people's office and asking for a while, the captain told them the situation. "Director Han, do you want to go out?" The captain asked hurriedly. Han Yu replied, "I will go after the murderer and I will explain clearly to the city lord when I come back." After saying that, his figure disappeared from the spot. "Catch the murderer? Did I let the murderer out?" The captain's eyes trembled, he staggered, and almost fell down. Han Yu didn't know how long Tang San and the others had been running, but as he followed the road, he found traces of these two people. "I don't know where Tang Hao is. You have to be careful when you do it." Han Yu put on black night clothes, and Tang Hao must know his identity. In order to avoid harming others, it is the best choice not to let Tang Hao know his identity. In the afternoon, Han Yu finally caught up with the two men. Tang San and the other two didn't realize the danger was coming, and it wasn't until the moment Xiao Wu was swallowed up by the flames that Tang San reacted. The blazing fire enveloped Xiao Wu, and no matter how Tang San used blue silver grass to save her, it was of no avail. In the air, in addition to the smell of burnt blue silver grass, there is also a faint scent of rabbit meat. "Third brother," shouted. Xiao Wu's whole body was severely burned and she passed out. "Xiao Wu." Tang San's eyes were about to burst, and his whole face looked like a ferocious beast. "Tang San, do you think everything will be fine once the poison is administered and the person leaves?" Han Yu, under the black robe, said with a loud voice. Tang San didn't take it seriously, but roared angrily, "I said, I won't let anyone hurt Xiao Wu." Countless hidden weapons emitting cold light were thrown at Han Yu as if they were free. "You dare to do the same thing as a small skill?" With a soft drink, Qinglian's inner fire was taken out from the soul guidance device. Although he has not refined the strange fire, with the help of the system and burning technique, he can barely control the fire to attack. The moment countless hidden weapons came into contact with the strange fire, they instantly turned into a pool of molten iron. Tang San was horrified and retreated continuously. Because his martial spirit was caused by blue silver grass, he had a natural fear of this powerful flame. Tang San subconsciously looked to his left hand, teacher said that this hammer spirit is the most powerful weapon spirit on the continent. If I can cultivate this spirit, I will not be afraid of such flames. This thought only appeared for a moment, and the next moment Tang San's silent sleeve arrows hidden in his sleeves burst out. Since you dare to poison, you must be prepared to die. Han Yu's figure was very fast. While avoiding the sleeve arrow attack, he quickly came to Tang San, holding Tang San's throat with one hand, the green flames in the other hand continued to burn Tang San's cheek. Ah! With a scream, Tang San fainted. Naturally, Han Yu would not stop there. If he said he would teach Tang San a profound lesson, he would definitely give it to him. Chapter 29 Double Fire Fusion. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Qinglian's inner fire burned his face, and in order to leave no chance for Tang San to be cured, Han Yu left fire poison on his face. Unless he himself takes back the fire poison, no one can restore Tang San's face. The best way to deal with a poisoned person is to poison him as well. As Tang San gradually fell into coma, Han Yu felt a powerful wave of soul power suddenly appear behind him, leaving Tang San behind. He turned around and looked. Who is your excellency? That the person coming was naturally Tang Hao. He was following Tang San far away when he suddenly felt a strong burst of fire attribute soul power, so he followed. It's just that this time he saw the play, he saw it in his own son. Humph, bullying two children with a big one is nothing. Tang Hao snorted coldly. Of course, he was not stupid enough to declare his family status. Han Yu rolled his eyes and sneered. Tang San poisoned Nodding City. According to the laws of the empire, such madmen should be punished. What a loud tone. Tang Hao sneered, and then, 9 soul rings of yellow, yellow, purple, black, black, black and red appeared at his feet. It was just Nodding City. Even if it was the Tiando Empire, he would still deal with it if he offended the Tang family. Title Douluo. It's too late to beg for mercy now. Tang Hao picked up the clear sky hammer and threw it at Han Yu without any explanation. The 7th soul skill, martial soul true form. Han Yu smiled, and a black soul ring lit up at his feet. With the strange fire body protection, Tang Hao could not sense his strength, and possessing the true form of a martial spirit is a sign of being strong. In addition, Tang Hao was already injured inside his body. In order to avoid underestimating the enemy, he quickly put away the clear sky hammer and retreated. However, where did Han Yu get his true martial soul? The voice just now was just a bluff. Tang Hao reacted and immediately became angry. How dare you play tricks on me? You Haotian sect, you bunch of bastards, never thought you would dare to show your face on the mainland. Aren't you afraid that Wuhuan Palace will cause trouble for you? Han Yu sneered. When you die, no one will know. Tang Hao was confident. He was not afraid that Qian Daolu would go to Haotian sect to cause trouble. After all, the place where Haotian sect is now is the place that was originally agreed upon. With Qian Daolu's indecisive character, it is possible to break the agreement. As for the Han Yu in front of him, he, the youngest titled Douluo in the Tang Haotang continent, would be afraid of an unknown rat. Really? Then, the 9th soul skill, burning clouds. The blood-red soul ring lit up at Han Yu's feet, and the shadow of a fire cloud crane vaguely appeared behind him. Rolling heat waves burst out from his body and hit Tang Hao instantly. What? Tang Hao was shocked. He possesses a 100,000-year soul ring, and he is very aware of the power emanating from the 100,000-year soul ring. Haotian protects the body. Without any time to think, Tang Hao stood the Haotian hammer in front of him, forming a soul barrier. His figure was engulfed in the sea of fire, but the power of the flames was somewhat weak and did not cause much harm to him. The power of the 100,000-year-old soul skill is indeed powerful, but Han Yu is only a level 60 quasi-soul emperor, and the power he can exert is limited after all. Shouting about the 9th soul skill is just deceiving Tang Mouse. After all, there are no regulations on the mainland, and soul masters are not allowed to lie about their soul skills. Seeking death. Tang Hao's 95-level aura was clearly revealed, and he quickly dispersed the sea of fire. Mountains will not change, water will change, but we will see you later. Han Yu's whole body instantly emitted a burst of cyan smoke. With the help of cover, his body quickly disappeared into it. Haotian hammer, cloak. Raising the clear sky hammer, a storm quickly rolled around Tang Hao. Bang! Han Yu snapped his fingers leisurely, and the fallen heart flame quickly formed in Tang Hao's body. The movement in Tang Hao's hand suddenly stopped, and the heartbreaking pain stirred up the old injuries in his body, causing him to lose the ability to move in a short time. Han Yu did not stop there. He knew that his speed was far inferior to that of Tang Hao. Since he had attracted the opponent, he had to completely lose the ability to pursue him. The green flames enveloped Tang Hao like ocean waves. After regaining consciousness, the 2 soul rings under his feet exploded instantly. Rat, suffer death. Then give it a try. Han Yu sneered, and he released the fallen heart flame at an extremely fast speed. Then, he fled from here without looking back. Alien fire is a rare thing in heaven and earth. Except for the technique of burning Jew, there is no way to integrate them. Seeing that the soul power could separate the strange fire, the 2 purple soul rings at Tang Hao's feet instantly shattered, and his speed accelerated a lot. Han Yu looked back and saw that the time had come, so he hurriedly covered his ears. Bang! After the violent explosion, a bloody mushroom cloud slowly rose. Even though they were far apart, Han Yu still suffered some injuries from the shock wave. Fortunately, I didn't rub the fire lotus with my hands, otherwise Tang Mouse might not have died, but I would have died first. Not caring much, he fled here in a hurry. As for Tang Hao, the moment he sensed danger, he blasted 4 black soul rings in succession, blocking Tang San and Xiao Wu. A mouthful of black blood spit out from his mouth. In one day, Tang Hao exploded 8 soul rings. The internal injuries in his body were completely affected. If he tried again in a short time, he would definitely die. Xiaosan, don't worry, Dad will be behind you no matter what. After taking Tang San and Xiao Wu to a nearby hotel, Tang Hao left alone. He really wanted to see Tang San again, but once the people in Wuhuan Palace knew about it, not only could he not be able to protect Tang San's safety in this state, he would even risk his own life. At night, Han Yu returned to Nodding City. After briefly dealing with Pei Feng and others, he returned to the dormitory. The aftermath of Tidal Douluo's attack is really no joke. This time it was considered a close call, but compared to himself, Tang Hao's injuries were more serious. Seeing that the door to the dormitory was open, Yi Lingling walked in at this time. Teacher Han, why are you injured? It's nothing, I just encountered some trouble on the way. Han Yu said with a smile. The dean said you went out to catch the murderer. How's it going? Did you catch him? As he said that, Yi Lingling summoned the martial spirit. The moment the white light fell on his body, Han Yu felt more relaxed than ever before. Not bad, your soul power has reached level 35. Although the murderer was not caught, he was seriously injured by me. Teacher Han, were you attacked by a strong person? That with Han Yu's strength, he could walk sideways in such a small place, and there were not many people who could injure him. Han Yu said the words he had prepared in advance. That man also had helpers, and he was tricked. The injury gradually recovered. Han Yu thought for a while and said, Lingling, your 4th soul ring can absorb a soul ring that can provide detoxification ability. After sorting through the memories in his mind, Han Yu found that it seemed that the healing soul master could not deal with the poisoned soul master. Especially those soul masters who are deeply poisoned, otherwise, Shueya in the future will not be poisoned to death. It is even less likely that the Douluo clan will always be plagued by toxins. Chapter 30 The Disfigured Tang San. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Detoxification Soul Ring. Yi Lingling said, to put it bluntly, detoxification only relieves certain symptoms of poisoning. Man-made toxins require specific antidotes. Otherwise, wouldn't there be detoxification soul masters on the mainland? However, judging from the situation last night, if I had detoxification soul skills, I should have been able to deal with last night's situation much better. Yi Lingling thought for a while and felt that Han Yu's idea was not wrong. Han Yu nodded slightly, knowing that he was taking it for granted. Since the healing-type soul master is not possible, then the food-type soul master may be feasible. The healing effect of the healing soul master is from the outside in, while the healing effect of the food soul master is exactly the opposite, with the certainty of detoxification. It will be much easier to deal with Shrek's group of stinky fish and rotten shrimps. Lingling, please go back and rest first. Tomorrow morning, we will leave for Soto City. The mission is completed, and the host will be rewarded with the secret method of hiding the soul ring, the body method secret book, and the divine fire-seeking flame. The method of hiding the soul ring is what he needs to use most at the moment, otherwise, once you enter a big city like Tiendo City, the matter of the 100,000-year soul ring will be exposed sooner or later. As for the body technique secret book, Han Yu read the introduction and learned that the stronger the fire attributes soul power around him, the faster the body technique would bring. With my powerful body skills, I can defeat my opponent with minimal effort in battle. The reward this time is really good. Early in the morning, Han Yu approached Pei Feng. Dean, I am leaving the academy today. Pei Feng nodded and said, I heard from that guy Alto that Wuhuan Palace Junior Soul Master Academy intends to invite you to teach. Wuhuan Palace is a good opportunity for you. Moreover, with the skills of Wuhuan Palace with resources, our future achievements are limitless. When Han Yu heard this, he shook his head and said, Dean, I don't want to go to the Spirit Hall for the time being. Let's go to the Tiendo Empire first. It seems good to join the Tiendo Royal Academy. The person who became Crazy Bibi Dong was not that stupid yet. When Pei Feng saw this, he didn't say much, he just told Han Yu what to pay attention to on the road. After coming out of the dean's office, Han Yu approached Director Su again. After a conversation, Han Yu officially left Nodding College. Before leaving, he took away all the property and Soul Master's notes from Yu Xiaogang. After Tang San was poisoned, he fled in fear of crime. How could he, Yu Xiaogang, live a comfortable life in the hotel? In a hotel, Tang San gradually woke up. Looking at Xiao Wu lying beside him, he hurriedly ran forward without any time to think. Xiao Wu, wake up quickly. Third brother. Hearing the familiar voice, Xiao Wu's consciousness gradually returned. However, when she saw Tang San's face, she was completely frightened. Xiao Wu, what's wrong with you? I'm Tang San. Seeing Xiao Wu's actions, Tang San said quickly. Xiao Wu took a closer look and saw the other person's clothes and figure, and then she was sure that it was her third brother. Third brother, what's wrong with your face? It's a bit scary. Tang San touched his face for no apparent reason, and the skin on the left half of his face was somewhat bumpy. He quickly took out a bronze mirror from the soul guide, and Tang San himself couldn't help but be startled by the human face reflected on the mirror. Only half of his face was as ferocious and terrifying as a devil. Surprised, Tang San quickly took out a long scarf from the soul guide and covered half of his face. Third brother, what's wrong with us? You're injured. Do you want to ask a healing soul master to take action? Xiao Wu asked with some worry. Tang San replied, I just woke up. This seems to be a hotel, but there is no one there. Tang Hao killed everyone in the hotel for their safety. After walking out of the room, the two saw corpses piled aside. Third brother, let's leave quickly. Xiao Wu tugged on Tang San's sleeves and whispered. Tang San nodded seriously. He didn't know how long he had been unconscious or who rescued him. But the person who injured him and Xiao Wu was either a corpse in the hotel, or had already left. Only this time, Tang San didn't know who this person was, so he couldn't label him as someone seeking death. The two of them quickly arrived at the border city of the Barak Kingdom while the sun was just rising. Half a month later, Soto City. When they arrived at the city gate, they were stopped as expected. You need to pay a gold soul coin to enter the city. Yi Lingling smiled calmly and took out his soul master's handbook. We are soul masters, so we shouldn't need to pay the entrance fee. The guard took one look and then let him go respectfully. You've learned a lot, Han Yu said with a smile. I won't give you a gold soul coin in vain. Yi Lingling shrugged. The two came to a tea house and sat down, and Han Yu said. You can stay at the Soto Hotel. I'm going to the Star Forest. Teacher Han, do you want to hunt souls? Yi Lingling asked hurriedly, although she didn't know Han Yu's soul power level. Judging from the soul power consumed the last time he treated the opponent, she understood that Han Yu's strength had grown explosively. The Fallen Heart Flame has the ability to speed up cultivation. You have broken through level 36 these days. largely due to this flame. There is no need to worry about teaching tasks, Yi Lingling's cultivation speed will naturally be faster. Teacher Han, I'm afraid you are the most evil genius of this era. In just 4 or 5 months, you have been promoted from Soul King to Soul Emperor. Yi Lingling couldn't help but praise. A teacher from Tiando Royal Academy is said to be the second youngest Soul Emperor on the mainland, but he is also in his early 30s this year. Han Yu nodded and said, Lingling, as long as you continue to practice step by step, you may be able to be promoted to Soul Emperor soon. Teacher Han, I plan to go with you this time. Han Yu refused, no, your soul power level is too low, and I need to hunt for soul rings that are more than 30,000 years old this time. It is too dangerous. In the end, Yi Lingling did not insist on going with Han Yu. In the Soto Hotel, Han Yu rushed to the Star Do Forest after telling Yi Lingling not to leave the hotel at will these days, let alone come into contact with Shrek's people. Yi Lingling did not refuse, but stayed in the hotel to practice. As it got darker, Han Yu arrived at Soul Beast Town. One system releases a mission to help Zhu Zhuqing escape from Shrek's clutches. The mission is completed and a self-created soul skill cheat book will be rewarded. The mission failed, and a strange fire from the host was deducted. I didn't expect that this mission would be related to Zhu Zhuqing. Han Yu touched his chin. He had wanted to do this for a long time. That guy Dai Mubai is self-destructive and not worthy of Zhu Zhuqing at all. However, Zhu Zhuqing's talent is indeed a bit weaker. Han Yu thought for a while. It seems that it's time to go to Tiando City, and we need to plan carefully for Dugabo's fairy grass.